Welcome into Boise State Patch Notes, the show where we go inside Boise State and we see what it takes to run a multiple national championship winning esports organization. And joining me today is Riley Boyd. Been here forever. We met here at Boise State as casters long time ago, Riley. That's no longer your job, though. What do you do here at Boise State?
Well, I'm our business development coordinator. So that means that I do all of our partnerships, revenue, sponsorships, those kind of things. So anytime that there is an external third party that wants to work with us in any sort of that capacity, I'm the one that works with them. And then I team up with Veronica Roper as well, our director of operations, to handle events and those kind of things as well. Veronica does the booking for that and is the events extraordinaire. I don't want to take away from anything she does, but we kind of work in tandem as the ops team.
And we were talking about this before we started. First year officially in athletics. It's been a long time coming, something that you and I heard about when we started working here. What has that changed for you, right? Is there that more official sort of aura about the program, or has it just been same old, you just maybe have access to more resources? I
think definitely more resources. We have some really, really, really good support systems here now. Our athletic department is phenomenal at making sure that we feel like we've got what we need. So people like Cody Gogler, who have helped us be able to work with clients to give them really cool experiences. People like the business office with Naomi and Jordan and Matt over there, who are making sure that our business ops are streamlined, right? Our budget's streamlined. People like Anthony Travel, who are helping us do really cool things, making sure our players are getting where they need to be, right? Like all of those different things have made our lives a lot easier.
What's the reception like when you go out for those business ventures, for sponsorships, whatever, right? Because the people in charge of a lot of businesses are still sort of that generation ahead of us, right? Maybe they grew up with like Pong, that's about it. So, what is that like reception? Or am I wrong and it's more we're getting the younger crowd who knows what video games are and recognize its importance?
It's changing a lot from even where it was when I started doing this just over a year ago. At first, it was a lot of those folks that were like, really? Like video games? This is what we're doing? But as the athletic department has promoted it, as the university continues to promote it, and the university has done a fantastic job of promoting this for 8 years, but as they've continued to do it and what we do has spread, and as we're staffed up more so we can do more events and things like that, that is kind of going away a little bit. And we're starting to see more people that understand, and we're starting to see more people that are excited about working with us because they know that it's an opportunity to work with Boise State Athletics now, which is, an exciting thing no matter who you are.
And for those who are uninitiated, obviously you and I know the answer, but where does esports lie in the NCAA, right? Because when you bring up athletics, everyone thinks, okay, NCAA. Yep. Where does esports fall, though, and what does the NCAA do, or do they do anything when it comes to esports, or if they just said, do your own thing, and we'll just not worry about it?
So no NCAA control at all. We still work with compliance, and we still follow everything that Jenny Bellamy, who is phenomenal at her job, by the way, our compliance officer here, we still do everything that they tell us to do, and we still follow NCAA guidelines, but there is no, mandate outside of the university to follow those things. So, the NCAA is not involved for a multitude of reasons, and potentially they will be at some point. But we don't know, and we're not anticipating that happening in the next year. So right now we're just operating as if they are involved, just to make sure we're covered. But
smart. And so the NCAA is not involved. Obviously, if you're a Boise State fan, college sports fan, right? You know that there's the conference landscape shifting. How does that affect esports, right? Is moving to a different conference going to matter, or is that just we play our own stuff? We kind of, how does that look maybe on your end? Is there any worry about going to a new conference, or is that sort of not the same because there's no NCAA?
No, it's not worry because at the end of the day, our leadership is making sure that we're taken care of, right? The Mountain West has done a phenomenal job of supporting Boise State esports and supporting esports within the Mountain West for a long time.
No, actually, I want to expand on that, though. How many schools in the Mountain West have games? Is it everybody, or is it?
Yeah, it's everybody. There are seasons where schools won't participate because maybe they're just a club, but everybody has participated within the last year. Everyone's had teams participate. So,
And then it's what I believe for this year. It's always changing, right? It's like 3 games in the fall that you guys play, right, in the Mountain West, and 3 games in this. And then you have a bunch of different other tournaments too, right? It's not like college athletics where we play this set schedule, right? You're playing like a lot of different things. And for your end, does that matter, right? Is it, hey, you're going to sponsor our games in the Mountain West or whatever, or is it just a bulk thing that you say we play X amount of times a week, get on board for that?
It depends on what people are looking for, right? And we try and price things at different price points to make it approachable. So there are people that will come to us and say, we just want to sponsor everything you do.
Yep.
And they get everything. And then there are people that say, we only want to do X games or X amount of times a week. And so they get that. So I don't think that it's like, I'm not selling PEC games and Mountain West games or, CLOL and CVAL games or, whatever we're playing in. It's more amount of times per week. But I don't think that moving conferences to your initial question is going to hurt us in any way, shape, or form. Because I don't think we know exactly what that landscape is going to look like. I don't think we know what the Pac-12 is going to do. We anticipate that they'll do something and that we will be involved in Pac-12 esports. In the past, they've had a tradition of doing what's called Pac-U. The incoming schools, we are going to be able to kind of build what we want to build, right? I mean, we've heard people talk about it before. This is our opportunity to build a conference the way we want to do it, and that means in esports too. And the Mountain West has helped us do that, and maybe the Mountain West is still involved with what we do. I think the next 12 months will be very telling. We'll have a chance to kind of define our own success in that.
And we were talking about this before because you guys got an event coming up at the high school level. What does that building that infrastructure look like, right? Is there any sort of push here to try and build local infrastructure into esports to try and sort of create that pipeline that you see in more traditional college sports?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I coached high school basketball for a long time, for the first 5 years after I graduated. So I know that's not technically a long time, but man, when you're 28 years old, it feels like it was a long time. And it was really important then, and I think about it this way too now, it was really important then to have a strong foundation with your middle school program in order to have your high school program continue to grow, right? And I think that it works the same way here. We all know that to support Doc and Coach K in their aspirations to continue to win championships, which we all hold as well, and to give them the opportunity to recruit at the highest level, we know that we have to put on premier events for our high schoolers to keep them involved and interested in what's happening. So when it comes time for them to graduate and there's a Radiant Valorant player from Bora, right? Like, there's no question. They're so familiar with our facility and our staff that it's just an easy
This is a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of outside esports events, when you and I were here, we did an event called the Giving Games.
Giving Games.
Now, there are some allegations about your performances in past Giving Games. Do you want to address those?
I want to know who's making those allegations first.
You and I have a close friend, Chosen. He worked here for several years. Absolutely love him. If you're unfamiliar, Giving Games, we play Call of Duty against local organizations here. ICCU, absolute powerhouse team. We had them on a Game 5, the Boise State staff, and there are allegations that you maybe sold a little bit. Do you want to address those, or do you think maybe the loss has just been taken a little harshly?
I think, well, first of all,
because we did lose that, by the way. Spoilers.
That was 2021. I
heard about these 3 months ago. 3 months ago, Chosen reached out to me, and we were talking about something completely unrelated, and then we end the conversation with, man, you remember when Riley sold us in Game 5 of the Giving Games?
So I would like to defend myself here. Because
you're a COD guy. I give the full backstory.
I am a COD.
Riley loves Call of Duty. He's a COD guy. That's how we met, was casting COD for Boise State. And this is an event in COD, and you bottom fragged Game 5.
Okay, well, 2 reasons for that. First of all, we were playing the old game. We were playing a game behind.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
And secondly, by that time, if my memory serves me correctly, which it very well may not, but I'm pretty sure, I'd just taken over as interim director at Ottawa University, and I was in the process of trying to get my current Call of Duty team to the national championship tournament, which they did get to, by the way.
Okay.
And we took them to top 3 in the country, which was pretty crazy. But I was kind of focused. I was kind of focused on something else going on there. So yes, I did sell. I can admit, I remember sitting down there. I remember exactly what computer I was at, and it was rough because my whole Call of Duty team, that again, like now has, if you are familiar with professional Call of Duty, like Fame, Kevin, who was like the sub and then started for a long time for Minnesota Rocker, who's a professional team, and Austin Cruelty, who's now doing some really cool stuff with all sorts of different places. Like professional Call of Duty players now.
Okay.
Were like standing behind me watching me sell. So there's a lot of pressure.
Was there ever any pressure to hand them the sticks and just like
No.
Pride. Even when you were
Pride,
you're
man.
like 4-20 and you're holding on.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay, maybe
it was not. I was like 11 and 15. I was like 11 and 15.
A little more than that.
No, I had more than 4. ICC's good.
They are good. We had never beaten them. I don't know if they have since, but we had never beaten them to that point. I think we were 0-5 as Boise State staff all time, and we took them to Game 5.
You know, I mean, it would have been really funny if I would have handed the sticks off to like Noisy.
Just for like one or two deaths, you're just like, hey, pop off, give me back positive. That never crossed your mind?
No, because like I care too much about the integrity of this institution.
Well, I think Chosen cared a lot about winning that day, and you let him.
Chosen rather have won by cheating in a charity event. Raising money for the food bank.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's
'Cause
crazy.
I had to bring it up because, like I said, literally out of the blue.
You had something to bring
out of the blue.
That hurts.
Chosen brought that up. No, I have another thing. I was discussing this with our producer before. This has come up a lot in my friend circle. What time is lunch?
On a work day or on a weekend?
Work day. But I guess, let's say a day you're not working, but it doesn't have to be a weekend, but like let's say it's like a Monday you're off, right? I think we just had, there was just a holiday. I think this week actually, right, for Monday for some people. So you're not working, but it's not a weekend.
Like 1.
I need like a range.
Like 12:30 to 1.
I need more like a full range. You're telling me that if I messaged you to get lunch, it has to be between 12:30 and 1.
Oh, if you hit me up to get lunch.
If I hit you up to get lunch, when are you saying I can't?
Like somewhere, like I'd be like, all right, if we're going to get lunch, it's probably between 12 and 1:30. Like,
okay, thank you.
If we get lunch at like 1:30, like that's verging on a late lunch. But like,
all right, now you're losing me because I am a staunch 12 to 2. 12 to 2.
Okay.
Our producer said 11 to 1. I talked them to 11 to 2. All of my buddies have said 11 to 1. I feel like you cannot eat before 12.
11's brunch.
That's what I'm saying. But our producer, Ray, they made an excellent point. When you were in high school, my lunch was 11:30.
Yeah, but
so
I feel like
Ray said their lunch was at 11:30, right?
Yeah.
So we grew up eating at 11, but I'm with you. I just think it's too early.
I'm pretty sure my high school lunch was at like 10:45 or 11.
What
but
the-
like but also like
What?
yeah, but contextually also you started your day a lot earlier, right? Like you were starting your day at like what time was your first
7:30.
class? 7:30? Yeah,
Yeah.
same. So it's like, okay, I start work at 9. I'm not getting up at 7:30 on a day that I'm not working.
Okay, but you eat breakfast around 8, right?
Like on a day that I'm not working?
No, the day you're working, like you're gonna go to work at 9. You're gonna eat at 8.
Yeah. So
I want to. I want some gap, right?
Yeah,
like
4 to
that's the
5
problem.
hours. Yeah, 4 to 5 hours.
Because it's like you eat breakfast at 8, then you eat at 11:30.
No, that's too early.
See,
No.
okay, thank you. You're on board with this.
I eat lunch. I usually saunter across the street to Chipotle somewhere between 12 and 12:30.
What's the order?
It depends on the day. Like today,
Okay.
I didn't want anything spicy, so there was no chimichurri sauce. But
I recommended that, by the way, to one of my friends. They said you are off your rocker.
that's crazy.
I
because everybody else-
tried to give him I'm not a big spice guy, so I don't get it. But I was like, hey, I got a buddy. He swears by the chimichurri sauce. And yeah, you ruined their Chipotle. I just wanted to pass that along. I said I'd get that out to you at some point.
Okay, well, Doc had it. He loved it. My dad had it. He loved it. Everyone that I've had have it loves it besides your friend. So I think your friend is just in the minority here.
I'm just okay. So what's the order? You said it depends.
So it depends. But normally, if I open my Chipotle app and I do like my most recent, I do burrito bowl, right? With brown rice, black beans,
Okay.
chicken. Got to have chicken. I'm going away from the red meat because I'm trying to be healthy. And then we do the pico salsa. And then we do shredded cheese, guac, lettuce.
Now, I know you don't get as much time to game anymore, but
No.
I want to expand on that. New game comes out, right? New Call of Duty, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's the order? Are you a pizza guy? I'm a pizza guy, right? Like Battlefield 6 just came out.
Yeah.
I'm slamming down like a pepperoni pizza and I'm just gaming out all weekend. But like even back in the day for Riley, when there was a new game, new COD, you're gonna sit on your couch for 13 straight hours.
Pizza's tough because your hands get greasy.
Okay, so what are you doing? What's the like release day game? I need food because I don't want to leave my couch. My friends and I always joke, never leave couch day. Was when new games come out. We'd always circle that on our calendar. So what was the Riley Boyd never leave couch day meal?
Taco Bell. It was either Taco Bell or when I was growing up, because I live really close to one, Del Taco.
I've never been a Taco Bell guy. I just can't get behind it.
Have you tried their new cantina stuff?
No, I can tell you, I can probably count on one hand the number of times I've eaten a Taco Bell order.
Oh, you're missing out. Their new cantina stuff is heat. You get a little cantina chicken burrito with the avocado salsa. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Or their new tacos too. I mean, they've got like
I'm just not about it. I'm just not about it. All right, let's get back to Boise State because I needed to get your lunchtime opinion though.
That's fair. No,
I felt out of the loop here a little bit.
That's a valid question.
Yeah. So I know you're obviously not Doc, but you're in you're in here more than me. You're in the trenches. What's been the mood, right? We're about a month and a half into the fall semester. What's been the vibe so far with how the season has gone so far?
I think comparatively to last year, I think all the staff would agree on this. Like the teams are way more locked.
Nice.
Like,
and what do we got? We got Valorant.
Yep. Valorant.
Rocket League.
Yep.
Overwatch 2.
Yep.
Smash.
Yep.
League of Legends.
League now as well.
Then is that it, or is there another one? Okay.
That's it. The teams are in here like putting in some serious hours because the competition across the league, especially across the PEC, has gotten like way, way, way better.
Mm-hmm.
There are legit teams.
Yep.
And not to say last year there weren't, but like it has gotten pretty serious across the league. Our Smash has like taken this huge upturn, and they're getting tremendous results. And I think a lot of that is credit to Kelsey Mosier.
Yep. Yeah, we had her on last week on the show.
Yeah, her work with the Smash team has been incredible. Same with the league team. Val has gotten to the point that they're like, I think, a legitimate top 10 team in the country. Rocket League defended their national championship against Michigan State last week. And they played a close one with Baylor this week. And Overwatch continues to look like the program to beat. I mean, them and Syracuse are the programs to beat in the PEC right now. So everyone has put in significant time and gotten themselves even more locked in, and I think it's really cool. And I think something that I have noticed, especially this year more than last year, and something that I've wanted from my programs for forever, and so it's really cool to be a part of, is it feels like now when our teams lose, they're like wrecked for the rest of the night. Mm-hmm. And then they go home and they use it to lock in. But they care. There's passion there.
Yeah.
And like, I think for so long, for so many programs across the country, that's just not something that they have. Doc and I have talked about this a couple times where it's like, yeah, we never want to see our players sad, but if they're going to lose a game, we want them to not just be happy or be able to just go back to their normal lives. And that's not happening this year. Like if a team loses a game, like last night, our Rocket League lost to Baylor, and it was like, they didn't want to stick around and talk to people. They did because we asked them to.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, right?
Yeah, like they stuck around and talked to their fans and thanked their fans for coming because it was a full house. And but then they just went home, and they were not ready to stick around because they wanted to reflect and get ready to get better. And they're coming in, they have practice tonight, and they're going to lock in, and I know that they're getting ready to go crazy next week. Got Kansas next week. That's going to be another great series.
Yep.
And they are locked in and ready to roll. It's been impressive to see. You
love that. You love to hear that. All right, finally, let's focus on Riley Boyd. But the video game aspect, right? Let's get you off of that.
Okay.
What are you playing right now? What's your go-to game?
So, okay. Little niche.
Little niche, okay.
I have been on a Manor Lords kick.
Okay, that is a game that I've kind of watch from the outside, but I have some friends who do love that game.
Big new beta update dropped last week, and they've completely redone a lot of it.
What is that? What is that? For people who aren't familiar, what is Manor Lords?
Think like Middle Ages, kind of feudal city building / combat. Take like Age of Empires, but make it, you can't just sit down and play it all in one session. It's kind of like a long drawn out game with a lot more creativity aspects. I have a history degree, right? I have an undergrad in history. So it makes sense that I would be a history nerd about my games. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. Highly recommend. It's super cheap on Steam, and it was a passion project for one guy for a long time until he brought on a team like 2 months ago. But it was one guy developing this game for a long time, and he did a really good job.
There you go. And finally, is there a game that you're looking forward to, right? I know October's been pretty big for a couple of titles that came out recently. Is there that game that you're looking forward to before the end of the year, or are you just sticking with what you got?
Before the end of the year?
Before the end of the year. Or if you've got something in 2026 that you've got your eye on, I'll give you the leeway. But what's that like one game that you either have the release date circled or you're spamming, refresh on the subreddit of any news?
So actually, I'm going to take it a little bit farther.
Okay.
I'm really disappointed that 2K got the rights for college basketball. But
I am bummed about that one.
I am really excited for a college basketball game. I played I think it was NCAA 2008, right? With Blake Griffin on the cover.
Yep.
I played that game so much. Great game.
Do you think, to expand on it, people aren't familiar, 2K got the rights. They're going to make a game, but they said not every school is going to be in it.
In the first year. I would imagine.
In the first year.
It, though, sure.
I said, do you think Boise State's going to be in it?
I would.
Because we're on that fringe in basketball, especially.
I think Ken Palm ratings came out on Monday, and we're 54.
So are you going to play as Boise State?
Oh, yeah. 100%. I love our guys. I pulled a signed Tyson Degenhart card last year from On It. Dropping some Easter eggs for some things coming up over here. And, I pulled a signed Tyson Degenhart card, and that is sick to me, right? I'm a season ticket basketball guy. I love Boise State basketball. I know that they're kind of building a little bit of their fan base still and getting people to switch over from just watching football all the time. But I'd highly recommend it because I'm excited for it. So, yes.
That'll be next fall, I think, right? Next summer, probably.
I think they haven't said when. What 2K came out this year? Was it 25 or 26?
26. We're on 26.
So I'm pretty sure that it's 2K27 that's going to have it. So, yeah, next summer. I don't know when the last time I owned a 2K game was. Once again, I think that NBA Live was a much better game. The last one had Tony Parker on the cover, I think, and that one was a lot of fun as well because it had a great dunk contest in it. My brother and I played that religiously.
Well, there you go. That's been Boise State Patch Notes. Big shout out to Riley Boyd for coming on. Again, if you want to know what it's like to be a national championship winning program, you want to get the ins and outs, you want to tune in every week here to Boise State Patch Notes. We'll see y'all next week.